Hey guys, it's your girl Tamika from LJ's Kitchen. Today we are going to make the most creamiest mashed potatoes that you will ever make, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We have about 4 to 5 really large spuds of potatoes that are already washed. The skins are washed. We have some cream, some butter, some sea salt, and let's get started. So you want to make sure that you get your potatoes nice and peeled up, and then I'm going to show you how I cut them, because I like to cut them all evenly as much as possible, and then put them into cold water until I'm ready to boil them. The cold water also will help to rinse some of the starch away from the potatoes. So I rinsed them once. You don't have to go overboard rinsing them 3 and 4 times like you would collard greens, but I make sure that I give them a good rinse in a cold water bath. On my last potato, I just wanted to mention, I don't know about you, but I haven't been able to get really good potatoes. I feel like in my area, usually I use Yukon Gold potatoes. Sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, I also use Red Bliss potatoes. But I haven't been able to get large potatoes in my area. I don't know what that's about. But if you're not able to get the size of potatoes you want, search until you can find a place. Sometimes you have to pay a little bit more. But I'd rather purchase potatoes that are nearly the same size as opposed to purchasing potatoes that are you know, some small and some large. Any little brown bits that you have, just make sure that you shave those off. Okay, now let's get to cutting. When we cut our potatoes, I'm just going to cut them in half, and then I'm just going to make about, I guess these are about 1/4 inch slices, just so that they can cook rather easy. And you're going to cut all your potatoes in similar sizes, like so. So after all your potatoes are cut up, you just drop them in this water bath and let them just soak. And then I'm going to give them a toss with my hands so that I can get some of that starch off of them. The worst thing to do is to use a mixer for your potatoes. If you use a mixer for your potatoes, what happens is it gets gummy, and I hate gummy potatoes. One day I'll tell you the story about when I worked at Kmart in a food court. Well, they had this little diner thing in the Kmart. It was pretty funny, but I don't know. So I cut all these potatoes up, and we just get them into this water bath, and I can see the starch already washing off of these potatoes. So I'm going to do that for all the rest of the potatoes, and I'm going to give them a quick rinse, drain them, and then we're going to get them into the pot and add some salt and get them boiling. You see the starch is all on them. It's rising to the top. I just usually give them a quick rinse just like that. Don't make it a big deal. My pail is, of water is a little bit higher than it needs to be. But that's it. I just give them a quick rinse with my hands. And I will toss this water out and get them into the pot. So now we are going to put our potatoes that are all washed. I don't know if you can see, they're nice and clean, drained. We're just going to put them into our pot, just like so. And we are going to salt them. This is how you season your potatoes before they are finished cooking. Alright, so we'll let that go until it comes to a boil. Okay guys, I promised you the best mashed potatoes. So after our potatoes cook and was fork tender, then we strained them and put them back into our pot. And now all I'm going to do is put them through a ricer. And when you put them through this ricer, I'm telling you, it just gets like unbelievably creamy. And you just keep filling your ricer up until all your potatoes are done. And then we're going to add in a little bit of cream. And we're going to add in some, you see I made a mess right there. We're going to add in some cream and then some butter. I think I'm going to add my butter first though. But look how silky these potatoes will be because you're putting them through a ricer. So just a quick story. I'm always telling a story about my parents. You know that. But my mom always used a ricer when she made her sweet potato pies. And it gets all those strings out. So make sure you get a ricer. They don't cost that much. You have expensive ones. And then you have some that are like $12.99. And they can go all the way up in price. Okay, so I want to get all these riced, and then I'll come back and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so once they get like this, you just want to season them up just a little bit, not too much, with some salt. Of course, I like to use a little white pepper because the potatoes are white. That's the only reason why. I don't want to see black specks in my mashed potatoes. And then we want to, oh, I gotta sneeze. That pepper. Then we are going to take some butter. Try to use unsalted if you can. Excuse me. Woo, you gotta make sure you turn your head when you're sneezing. I had a whole sneezing attack. Okay, so excuse me, this pepper. Woo. So you just kind of want to fold in your butter and kind of smush it. This way you don't have any lumps, no clumps. And you don't want to play with it too much. You just want to make sure that butter is incorporated. So now they're nice and light and fluffy. So you're just going to kind of turn and fold. I press down just slightly, gently. So this is all you do. Now I do add a little cream. And sometimes you don't even need the cream when you do it this way. But I'm going to add in just a little bit, like a 1/4 cup of cream. Just to make them even lighter and more fluffy. So we're just going to fold this in, and then I'm going to put it in a bowl and garnish. So when I get this all incorporated, I'll show you what it looks like when it is garnished. I have them all mixed up, and I'm just going to add them to this nice casserole dish. But look how light and fluffy they are. I wish you could feel it. It's just light and airy and fluffy. So we're going to add them here. Nice and creamy. Can you imagine this on your Thanksgiving Day table? Just adding those few tips that I gave you. Ricing them is like the key. I probably could have used a smaller bowl, but that's okay. Who wants gummy, sticky gummy mashed potatoes? So here's my mashed potatoes, guys. They look super yummy. I'm just going to smooth them out just like so, and then I'm going to just cut a little. I couldn't find my kitchen shears, but I'm going to use these. Cut a little chives over them. You can put anything you want in these. This is just a basic mashed potato. And I like my mashed potatoes with corn. What do you like your mashed potatoes with? I like cheese in my mashed potatoes. So we're just going to garnish it just like so. That's enough. And then we're going to take maybe a couple more and put it just like that. Look at that. That looks so delicious. So these are your mashed potatoes that you gotta make for Thanksgiving, guys. I promise you, you will love these. These are creamy, light, airy, buttery. Make sure you use good butter too. I like Irish butter. Whenever I can get it, I like to use Irish butter. But these are my mashed potatoes. I'm your girl Tamika from LJ's Kitchen, and bye for now. Look how silky and smooth these mashed potatoes are. I just wanted to show you really close up how light and airy these guys are. Try these for your next holiday dinner. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I'm your girl Tamika from LJ's Kitchen, and bye for now.